Hey everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to tell y'all, do a story time to tell y'all about having learning disability as a kid. Still have a little bit as an adult, but not that really bad than I was when I was a little kid. But if y'all new, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you don't miss out on none of my videos. And follow my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and they'll be in the description box. But let's get started into this video. I had found out when I had learned disability when I was like really little, and my mom, she knows about it, more about it. So around that time I was 1 year old, so that was like, so I probably in 95, because I'm born in 94, so it's around like in 95. I was in daycare, so you know in daycare they test and see about your learning and see what, do you have learning problems or do you don't. You do that, and also Social Security do that too. They didn't want test to see if I'm good at counting my numbers, my ABCs, so spelling to see to help you with your spelling, and also your speech too. So I had speech problem. They had found out now. Daycare that I went, that was good to me, good to my brother. With that, like I was saying, they had to test out with my speech, my reading, my writing, knowing my numbers, and also my ABCs. The only thing I had problem is math. I wasn't good at that with the math. I remember my numbers, they had got that. It's just, it was the math thing I had problem with, my reading. My writing, it wasn't that really bad, so I'm good at my writing. The only thing that when you little kid, you be sloppy a little bit. I wasn't really bad as a sloppy kid. My reading is the reading skills I had problem more, and my math problem, and also counting monies. So I had problem, well, I didn't have problem counting money. It's just trying to give change back. I'm trying to say, like, you know how much you give back. Like if it's something that's cost like 20 something, like $20 something, you're supposed to get back how much. And I had problem with my quarters and nickels. I also get my nickels and dimes mixed up, and I had problem with counting them too. I had problems counting the dollar bills. I didn't have a problem with that, because I could count them. It's just giving back change I had a problem with. So I did pass the class. I did pass daycare. I graduated from daycare. I think they the one had got me on disabilities, SSI. So I was on there from when I was like really little until when I was 21. So my doctor that I had as a kid, he the one signed me up too. So I think both of them, daycare and my doctor, is the one had got me on Social Security, SSI. With that, I left daycare and went to, elementary. So the elementary, the first elementary I went to is Wakefield Elementary. No, Wakefield, Baseline, not Wakefield. Baseline Elementary. That's the first school I went to. Wakefield I went to after that, like I transferred. Baseline I went there from when I was in kindergarten, daycare. I can't get my words out. So I had, past that, I think I had made the A's and B's on that. I don't remember that much as a kid, but the only thing that told me is that I had to work on my reading and stuff. So that's the only thing. I passed that and went to the first grade. The only thing in the first grade, I had problem, but they told me I did listen, I paid attention, and I did all that. It's just they told me I just had to keep reading books and stuff and do that. When my mom had transferred us to Wakefield because my mom didn't like that school anymore. I think when I went to Wakefield, I went to Wakefield and they asked my mom, do she want me to repeat the first grade? So my mom said no. That had happened to my mom like that when she was about my age. Her mom, my grandmother, my late grandmother, the teacher asked her to repeat her from the first grade. My mom didn't want me to repeat the first grade like she did. So I did good. I passed the first grade. I went to the second grade. I had a few teachers that did care about my learning. They did. Also, I forgot to say, in daycare and elementary, I had a speech therapist, like a speech therapist for my learning and stuff. It's like a counselor. So I had that from daycare too. I had like a speech therapist help with my learning, my skills, like writing skills. I didn't have a problem with writing, but they did help with that, and also my spelling. I had that from elementary too. I think I had it all the way to from high school. I had different teachers. I had to often, a speech teacher would come get me middle of the day, like before lunchtime. They would come get me to come to their office, their class, to kind of help me with what they want to help with my learning and what they want to, help to improve with my learning every time from when I was in elementary. After I passed the second grade, went to the third grade. With the third grade, I had to read in front of my classmates. I didn't like it. But I did pay attention. I did work hard paying attention. Sometimes I might not understand what they're saying, but sometimes I have few teachers explain it better for me so I get understand it. Because I didn't, and they laughed. Few of the students, they laughed because of my reading. Because they felt like I didn't know how to read. I did know how to read, but I didn't know how to fully read. I just could read, read or something like that, if I'm saying it right. So, but I did pass the third grade, but I make sometimes I make like A's, B's, C's. Yeah, in elementary, I think I had make A's and B's and C's. Sometimes I make 3 A's, more A's, or 1 B or 1 C, something like that. Sometimes I did. But sometimes I did make straight A's. One time I did. The only thing is just teachers kept telling me just keep reading books and stuff because it will help you improve your reading. That's the only thing. I just didn't read that much every day. I read a few times sometimes at school. Skipping all that, I passed my elementary. I graduated from elementary. I went to Wakefield in the first grade. I think I went there into the second grade. They was going to ask my to want me to repeat the first grade, but really I went there doing in second grade, really, not the first grade over there. But around in middle school, I went to this other school called Cloverdale. So Cloverdale is the one I went to and I graduated. I had to also, do all that, reading class. I went to a speech therapist, doing round in the middle of school days before lunch, I did doing elementary. And I think in middle school, I got better with my reading. Part of it, I wasn't I still had problems with certain words that I don't know or I can't remember. So my speech wasn't really bad for middle school. My speech got better. Just certain words I can't pronounce or say right. That's the only thing that I know a lot of teachers told me, just take your time with my sign out words. I struggle with that a lot. I get upset a lot, all that. And also they help me, they tell me, go home, try to practice with signing stuff out. And I do. I had teachers that told me use flashcards too. Oh, excuse me. Use flashcards because I think flashcards would kind of help. I still have problem with everything with my learning in the 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. I was smart. I used to feel like I wasn't smart in my schools. I really felt like I didn't. When I did all the works and stuff I did, and I did pay attention to the teacher, asked the teachers to explain it really good for me. I asked them, certain math I'm good at. I was really good at geometry in middle school. I think algebra 1 in middle school. I was in the 7th grade. I was really good at that. I might not remember right now, but I was good at that. It's because the teacher had explained it to me better, my way better, and that's how. And after that, I graduated from the 8th grade. I think in the 7th grade, I had got me a medal. I had two medals. I had for my math and also being I think it was something else. I don't know what to do with the metal things. It's in my suitcase and I want to go in there. It was for I think making straight A, make an A and B, and also being a working hard student. I feel like I was a genius, but I'm not really a genius, but I was a smart student. And so and I had a lot of teachers that did care about me. They believe in me. After I graduated from middle school, went to high school. The high school I went to McClellan. McClellan, that school, I didn't graduate from there, but I was there until in the 9th grade. I didn't have no, doing there, I think they asked me, do I want to go to a regular class or go to a, class? Special ed class. That's the one that I didn't like about that word, special ed. But I still had regular classes in there. And I wasn't at that school that long because my mom had another job, so we was moving, and we moved to another apartment and transferred to another school because the apartment we moving at, we had to go by the location of the school, the zip code of the school that the apartment's at. So we had to move. So that's what we did. I didn't stay there that long, but I think that one I didn't have a problem with the classes that I had to do my homeworks on that. And I went to Joe T. Robinson. I went there into 2009. That's cool. I was nervous not to make new friends again. But from there, I had graduated from there, and few times I did have problems. I was sad a lot from, because I had to go to a new school too. They asked me, do I want to be in a regular class? So I told them, yeah, but they was just trying it out and see if I could be in a regular math class and a regular English class. Put me in a math, I think it was algebra 2. I had struggled on that a lot. I got confused. I didn't understand it that well. Some I did at first. Teacher told me that was doing for special ed class. They put me in a special ed math class. I was just like, I didn't want to be in there. I just like felt embarrassed because I just didn't want to be in that, to go in there. And that's the only way for me to pass is to be in the special ed if you still struggling. And that's the only way for you to pass. So the I was in regular English in the 9th grade. Passed both class. I was in PE and all that and stuff like that. So I had to pass. I passed the 9th grade, went to the 10th grade, and I had to be in special ed from all the way to when I was in the 12th grade. Only when I wasn't in special ed, it was English. I think English I was a few times, but I think they just put me back in regular English. I think in the 10th grade, I was in a program, so I was in this program that I could go during around the time. It's this program called Vont School, Vont School, that I had signed up to go from when I was in the 10th grade to, not 10th grade, I think in the 11th grade to, yeah, the 10th grade to the 12th grade. So I was in there, but I had to sometimes go to this other school that is close after lunchtime that I have to go there. That one I had signed up for printing. So I was in the printing class thing that I learned how to print stuff. It's like you doing like for newspapers and stuff. That's what I had. I got a certificate for that, for graduating for that. I had special ed class. I just didn't like that word. But I did struggle and I still graduate. But when I think about it, I am a smart person. I just felt like I thought that you haven't learned disability, they make you feel like you dumb or something. And people be saying you slow. I'm like, so what if I am slow, but I'm not that really slow, but I am smart. I know a lot of things. It doesn't mean that I don't. I learned how to type computer. I learned that quick in middle school. They be saying that people who have learning disability will outdo the ones that didn't have it, outdo them more. They will be successful more than they are. I'm saying that I didn't have that much problem with my learning. A little bit I did. With my Social Security, SSI Social Security, I had it all the way to when I was 20, 21, 22. But they cut me off because they said that I don't really need it anymore. So I wasn't mad anymore. The only thing that I had problems that had Social Security, SSI, I really want to have a job. With Social Security, they be saying that you can't go over your income when you have a job. So I didn't like it about when I was like 16, so I didn't have my first job until I was 23. The one thing I'm gonna say, just don't let your learning disability hold you back because of someone saying you are slow or something like that. You are smart. You think a lot of things for yourself, and you know what to do. You know a lot of things. People think that you haven't learned disability. They think you are dumb, like dumb. Like, no, you are smart. You learn more stuff than they don't know you don't know. That you do know and they don't know. I mean, I'm trying to say, like, you might not know a lot of words and you might not that good reader, but you are good. You know a lot of things. Because you got a lot of people are famous that has the same problems like I did. Any type of disability, they will have the same problems like that. But they be successful, but they work hard for it. You could do it. Especially you could go to college. I went to college, but I know I took a break. I tried, but I'm still gonna go back and get my degree and finish it. I want to do it for me, not for anyone else. Just for me. That's why I want to get it. Because I feel like that I could do anything I could do. So, but yeah, I think that's my story. That I want to tell y'all about my story of having learning disability as a kid to all the way to adult. Just, I'm gonna say, don't feel embarrassed that you have it. It's gonna be okay that you might, feel down and stuff. I felt like that a lot when I was a kid, but I build myself and hold my head up and just like work hard for something. Just don't give up. So if you like this video, thumbs up, and comment below. Tell me your story about someone that had it, or tell me if you had it, had any type of disability. Subscribe if you are new, and click the bell notification. Share this video to a friend or family about my story, and follow my social medias that be in the description box, and follow my second channel, my vlogging channel, that be in the description box. I'll see y'all in my next video, and I hope y'all enjoy this. Bye, y'all. And thank y'all for 900 subscribers almost. Let's get to 1K. Bye, y'all.